Welcome again to the Sports View. My name is Delcy D. Today we have an honored guest on the show, Carlos Spry with Spry Brothers Films. Carlos, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here. How you doing, Delcy D?
I'm fine. Thank you for coming. Why don't you go ahead and tell our audience a little bit about the Spry Brothers Films?
Well, actually, I'm Carlos, and my brother's name is Charles. I'm one member of Spry Brothers Film. Actually, I'm the CEO, and he's also the CEO as well. Actually, Spry Brothers Film started about 2.5 years ago. Right after my brother and I finished real estate, we started our own film company. And what's special about Spry Brothers Film that set us apart from any other film company is that we have our own distribution contract. And what that means that any movie that Spry Brothers Films does will have a theatrical release, domestic and international. So we're quite proud of ourselves in regards to that. And so far we have put out one movie, and we're in the process of putting together a couple more films now.
So you mentioned real estate. So what made you get into the film business from real estate? That's a big jump and a big difference.
Well, actually, we noticed that the real estate market was going downhill. So my brother and I got together and we decided that we need to do something different so that we can continue to exceed. So we always had a fascination with movies, so we decided we'll just go ahead and start our own film company. And then from there, it just all uphill.
So usually when someone gets into the film business, they were actors or actresses before. Have you ever went into theater or acting for you to, step out on the film business? Because to think that, from real estate and say, okay, well, real estate is not doing good anymore, let's just come up with something. I mean, have you ever, followed like theater or acting, stuff like that? Well,
actually, we didn't. What happened, we have a lot of friends that are actors and actresses, and one day a producer approached us and they actually shot a movie at one of our houses. So that what really got us actually into it. So once we saw how the process worked and we were very, excited about it, we decided that was something that we, wanted to do.
A movie at one of their houses. Anyway, so you said the one movie that you came up with. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, actually, the movie was entitled Lynch Mob. It went across 28 states, and it did okay. It did pretty well in the theaters. So now we looking forward to doing something even bigger and better. So hopefully our next film will be able to take across the entire 50 states, and also hopefully some, in other countries as well. So it did okay.
So tell me, what's the difference with me coming to your company? Like, let's say I have a movie. Why can't I go to AMC or Regal and say I have a movie, I want you to watch it, and see if you like it, to get the movie out there? Why can't I just do that myself instead of coming to like a Spry Brothers film?
Actually, I'm glad you asked that question. Actually, it's very, very hard to get a theatrical release. Normally, you have to be associated with a Lionsgate or a Paramount or an MGM Graham to have a theatrical release. But fortunately enough, my brother and I was able to seal a deal with a major theatrical chain that wanted to try something different. Instead of going to the big boys, they have faith in us that they know that we can put out quality products as well as the big boy, but without all the overhead costs. So therefore, we like a pilot, I guess you can say, with the theater chain. So it will be, so now we don't have no middleman in between us. Okay. So now it's just us and the theater chain. But of course, we have to light the film ourselves and what is the theater chain before we actually be able to put the movie out.
Okay, so I mean, when you're talking about a movie, when we hear movies that come out, because I have no idea about that process, what is the, I want to say, is it very expensive to do that?
Actually, yes. Movies are very, very expensive to do. My brother and I, we learned that the hard way.
Okay. Hold that answer. I want to come back and we'll talk about that some more. We'll be right back. I'm Delcy D.
And I'm Carlos with Spry Brothers Films.